Good morning, everyone. Uh, I'm sure you have heard by now of President Trump's post of his truth social of an image of Obama's. Uh, that would be President Barack Obama and Michelle Obama as monkeys in a jungle. I wanted to get to it a little bit. So I think at this point, it's kind of clear to everyone that President Trump is somehow jealous of former President Obama. And the cause of this jealousy can't be that Obama was president or did 2 terms, uh, you know, or that he won the popular vote, right? Because all of these President Trump has done as well. Uh, Obama, by the way, is the only president that has not been implicated in the Epstein files so far. Uh, it came from outside of the gang that other presidents kind of belong to. I think the source of this jealousy is the way President Obama carries himself, is the class that he has. He had at that time and he does now. Uh, it This incident tells you that you just can't buy class with money, right? It also tells you that you can be a billionaire US president and still be miserable, right? Uh, I don't know. I don't know how we got to this point from founding fathers, from General Washington to Sleepy Joe and Trashy Trump. I don't know. I don't know how is it that our only choices are these two, you know, categories of candidates. I don't know how we got to this point that the quality of our presidential candidates are so low. I don't know if it's a cultural thing, if it's because politics have become a reality TV show instead of a way to run a country and implement the constitution. I don't know. But just for the reference, I thought it would be good to read a letter from George Washington to the commander in chief of the British Army in 1777 at the peak of the American Revolution. Now, I remind you that they are engaged in wars, in a massive war, in a brutal war, and they are killing each other on a daily basis. And the way they kill each other is way different. The way they carried the wars at that time was way different than the way we do it now. Okay, we, you know, shoot missiles and send drones from thousands of miles away now. We have artillery that can hit 15 miles. Now they say 100 kilometers away. At that time, in during the American Revolution, they had to wait to see the facial expression of the enemy to shoot. I'm sure you have heard of the phrase, wait to see the whites of their eyes. Okay? Because that was the accuracy of their weapons, that was the capability of their weapons. They could shoot accurately within 20 to 30 yards. Now imagine waiting until you see a row of redcoats before shooting. A row of redcoats with uh, uh, you know uh, with their weapons pointing at you. All right, you have to wait. You have to wait for them to come that close. You have to wait for them to come that close before you start shooting at them. And you pretty much had to uh, shoot your target uh, at the first try. Okay, because the smoke that would come out of the gun, and it was so thick that after the first volley, you had the fog of war, and you couldn't see anything. Okay, so that was the situation. That was the way they carried out the wars back in the days, right? That's how they would kill each other. It took uh, tremendous brevity and belief in your cause to engage in this type of war. Okay, I wish we go back to those days. I really wish we go back to those days. All right, so that if we are killing or dying for something, we are believing in it to death. We are had so much belief in it. Now, during this type of battles, right, this brutal type of war, I want to read you this letter from General Washington. It's a famous letter from General Washington to General Howe about the prisoners. Okay, and see how they address each other. Okay, this is part of the letter. From the opinion I have ever been taught to entertain of your lordship's humanity. Washington is calling Howe Lord. They're calling each other Your Excellency. I will not suppose that you are privy to proceedings of so cruel and unjustifiable a nature, that the unhappy creatures whose lot is captivity may not in future have the miseries of cold, disease, and famine added to their other misfortunes. He's talking about the Continental Army prisoners. In this particular case, I think from the Navy, the British just captured a ship from Georgia, and they took everybody prisoners. He's talking about them. You may call us rebels and say that we deserve no better treatment. But remember, my lord, that supposing us rebels, we still have feelings equally as keen and sensible as loyalists, and will, if forced to it, most assuredly retaliate. Okay. This is how they would talk to each other. This is how they would address each other at that time. Okay. Just a note. Just a note. Right. All right. You guys have a good day.